There's something you've been clinging to, not because it's good for you, but because it's familiar. A relationship, a job, a mindset, a version of you that you've outgrown. You've been trying to make it work, trying to convince yourself that it still fits. But deep down, you know, it doesn't. This is your confirmation. It's time to let it go. Letting go doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're making room. Room for what's real. Room for what's aligned. Room for what God is actually trying to give you. You cannot receive the next blessing if your hands are full of yesterday's lesson. Release is not rejection, it's redirection. We stay in things too long because we're afraid. Afraid of what people will think. Afraid of starting over. Afraid of the unknown. But what if the unknown is better than the pain you're pretending not to feel? What if what's waiting for you is greater than what you're fighting to hold on to? Let's be real. Some things were only meant to be seasonal, but because we made them permanent, they've become prisons. And now you're drained. You're frustrated. You're praying for clarity while ignoring the signs. But here's the truth. God is not confusing you. He's freeing you. There is power in release. Power in the decision to stop forcing what's no longer flowing. That situation, that connection, that opportunity, if it keeps taking more than it gives, it's not from God. God's blessings don't come wrapped in manipulation, anxiety, and chaos. They come in peace, alignment, and purpose. You don't need closure. You need peace. And sometimes the peace comes when you stop asking why it ended and start thanking God that it did. Not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Some exits are exits from bondage. Don't grieve the breaking. Celebrate the becoming. Growth requires separation. You cannot elevate and remain entangled. Some connections can't come with you because they don't have the capacity for your next level. And holding on to who you were is delaying who you're becoming. You cannot walk in destiny while clinging to history. You've outgrown the old version of yourself, the one who settled, the one who stayed quiet, the one who tolerated the bare minimum. That version of you got you here, but it won't get you there. It's time to honor who you're becoming, not mourn who you used to be. Sometimes letting go feels like loss, but often it's deliverance. Deliverance from repeating cycles, deliverance from spiritual stagnation, deliverance from being stuck in a place God already told you to leave. You're not being punished, you're being promoted. And promotion often starts with separation. Stop explaining why you're changing. Stop trying to convince people to understand your decision to evolve. Spiritual clarity is not a group discussion. You do not need a permission slip to move forward. Obeying God will offend those who benefited from your disobedience. Let them be offended. Letting go is an act of faith. It's trusting that what's ahead is better than what you're leaving behind. It's believing that God's plans truly are to prosper you, even when they don't make sense yet. Don't let fear of the unknown rob you of the joy of becoming. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels like a death because in a way it is. The death of an illusion, the death of the comfort zone. But every ending is the seed of a beginning. Something better is coming, and it begins with you releasing what's no longer real. Don't let your ego keep you where your soul is exhausted. Just because you invested time doesn't mean you have to stay. Time spent is not a contract to suffer. You are allowed to walk away from what drains your spirit, even if you once prayed for it. God is not just in the open doors, He's in the closed ones too. He's not just in the yes. Sometimes the no is His protection. Sometimes the silence is His instruction. Letting go may not feel divine, but it is. It is divine wisdom wrapped in discomfort. You are not stuck, you're just scared. But fear is not your master, faith is. And faith says, even if I don't know what's next, I trust the one who does. Walk forward, even if your voice shakes, even if your hands tremble. There is purpose waiting on the other side of release. What if the thing you're clinging to is blocking your blessing? What if your refusal to let go is keeping the next door shut? It's not that God isn't answering, it's that you haven't made room. You're trying to carry both Egypt and the Promised Land, but you can't have both. Release is sacred. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. It's not quitting, it's choosing yourself, choosing God, choosing alignment. And when you release what's no longer for you, you say to heaven, I trust you more than I trust this. And that kind of faith, that moves mountains. You are not meant to feel heavy forever. There is a lightness that comes with alignment. There is a clarity that comes when you stop trying to make things fit. You were never meant to carry everything, only what's yours. And if it's not flowing with peace, it's probably not yours anymore. Let this be your release moment, your holy goodbye, your sacred severing. Let the tears fall if they must. Let the discomfort come. But don't hold on to what God is trying to separate you from. Your destiny depends on your ability to release with faith. If no one else tells you this, I will. You are allowed to let go. You are allowed to stop trying. You are allowed to walk away, and you don't need anyone's approval to do so. Let it go. It's no longer for you. Something better is waiting, and it's already aligned with the real you. And now repeat this prayer with me. Dear God, I come before you with open hands and a tender heart. I've held on to things that no longer serve my spirit. I've clung to people, places, and mindsets out of fear, not faith. But today, I surrender them to you. I no longer want to carry what's weighing me down. I no longer want to force what's no longer flowing. You are the God of alignment, of clarity, of peace, and I ask you to help me walk in that truth. Lord, if it's not from you, I don't want it. If it's delaying my purpose, I release it. If it's draining my soul, I lay it at your feet. Help me recognize what no longer fits, and give me the courage to let it go. Help me to stop mourning what you've already removed. Help me to stop reaching for what you've already shut the door on. Let me not confuse comfort with calling or familiarity with destiny. God, remove from my life what I don't have the strength to walk away from. Close every door that distracts me from my purpose. Detach me from everything that's misaligned, even if I don't understand it yet. Heal the parts of me that think I need to prove my worth by staying. Remind me that obedience is better than approval. I choose to follow your leading, even when it feels lonely or misunderstood. Fill every empty space with your presence. Replace every broken bond with divine connection. Let peace be my portion and clarity be my compass. Teach me to trust you with my transitions. I refuse to carry guilt for choosing peace. I refuse to feel shame for honoring my growth. I am no longer available for cycles that keep me stuck. I am only available for what feeds my soul and glorifies you. Thank you for loving me enough to remove what I wouldn't. Thank you for protecting me, even when I didn't see the danger. Thank you for preparing something greater than I can imagine. I am letting go, not in weakness, but in wisdom. Not in defeat, but in faith. I trust you, God. I trust your plan. And I walk forward, free, focused, and full of hope. Amen.